Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Three Star Podcast. We're here tonight live to do a review of the first night of WrestleMania 37. I am Eric, and you can follow me at Eric Joe on Twitter. Right below me is the Crimson Saint, Tony. In the bottom left corner, you got Mr. Get Some on Twitter, Brandon. And in the top left corner is the good doctor himself, Damon. So let's start out night one. We had a bit of a rain delay to start the night. Um, Stuff happens, I suppose. But
Yeah, it is what it is.
yeah, I mean, I thought they handled it pretty well. They had some talent come out there and did some impromptu promos, and I thought all things considered, they all handled their jobs well, which shows you that all these talents can cut impromptu promos when given the opportunity. I think you don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to script them. That's just my opinion. Um, any other thoughts on that before we move on to the start of the show?
No, it was good.
Well, the start of the show had Vince McMahon before that come out and thank the fans and welcome them back, and it was just great to see the crowd. I'm not going to lie, it made this show 100 times better, and the show itself was good, as we're going to get into as well. Um, First match of the night saw Bobby Lashley defending his WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. Very good opener. I thought this was great. Both talents looked really good. They worked really hard. I'm glad that Drew McIntyre especially got to have the opening with the first crowd back, and since he didn't get to have that last year, granted he did not win the belt in this, but I thought it was still nice for him to have that. Right decision, in my opinion, to have Bobby Lashley win with Drew McIntyre passing out to the Hurt Lock. What did you guys think?
Yes, the match was solid. But I didn't think Bobby was going to lose this. But not having Drew tap out was a good way for him to go.
Yeah,
That keeps him looking strong. So,
Yep.
Good choice, good match.
yeah. David, what do you think?
I honestly think it's good Bobby won, but my only beef with the match is the pure fact that Drew had him in that Kimura lock for a decent amount of time to, one, win with the Hurt Lock. I get it. That's his big submission move, but being in that Kimura lock and them making mention on commentary that, the Hurt Lock, if he gets hurt too much more, he's not going to be able to successfully put in the Hurt Lock.
And it was a struggle. I mean, Drew almost powered out of it even when he had it locked in. It's not like he just sensed it in and Drew went out immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fought for that damn lock. And I get what you're saying, too, but it's give or take.
The other thing is, and they showed it during one of the replays, of MVP holding up, if I'm not mistaken, the arm that was in the Kimura lock, and Bobby just, obviously he's tired from the match itself, but even still, I've seen in the past where people had their arm work, and when someone went to go raise it, they
make it grab the arm.
Yeah, exactly. Bobby didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's my only gripe at the match. It was a great match. Right winner, in my opinion. It's just that little detail.
It's also interesting to note that
I agree, man.
The fact that they were focusing on the Kimura lock or the armbar there, that's a move that Brock Lesnar used to use. And they even mentioned Brock's name on the show during this match. I don't know. Very well could be a tease of things to come. I know Lashley's wanted that match. We all know that. So
since he's come back, yeah.
Never say never. I don't know what Brock's situation is, but that very well could be a feud they explore maybe this summer with fans back.
I wouldn't mind seeing that at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think it'd be very good, actually. Our fact guy and WrestleMania trivia guru Mike has sent in some stats with some WrestleMania records, so I'll read off a couple of those as we go through here. Coming into this match, Lashley was 1-3 in 4 WrestleManias, and Drew McIntyre was 2-3 in 5 WrestleManias. So in a way, it's nice to see these guys get their due. Sometimes they weren't getting wins before, but this is the biggest match of both their careers. I think Bobby Lashley was obviously in the hair versus hair match against Umaga back in the day with with Trump and Vince, and then of course Drew was in the main event last year. But again, with no fans, this is clearly the biggest match for both of them. So glad to see them both get their due on that. The next match we're going to go over is the Women's Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders match. lot of teams in this match. Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Carmella and Billie Kay, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and it was Natalya and Tamina who ended up winning at the very end to go on to night 2 to challenge Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Coming into this match, Naomi was only 1-2 in 3 Manias. Lana was her first WrestleMania. Carmella, no wins, and Billie Kay only 1 win. What did you guys think of that?
Started out slow. Was
Yeah.
not a fan of the first couple of teams. I thought they ended it well once the Riot Squad got in there, and then Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, and then Mandy Rose, and then Team Simone Kitty came out. So I was happy. It was good.
The second half of the match.
It was
I'll
wasn't a flash in the pan.
Yeah. I mean, it was
A couple slips here and there. Wasn't bad, but
One of the nip variety.
I thought there was some botches, but I thought by the end of it, it came around, and it actually ended up not being too bad for just the second match on the show. So I'm not going to nitpick it too much. It really wasn't that bad.
I ain't going to nitpick it either.
Yeah. Also interesting to note, the Riot Squad. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it just said they were going tit for tat.
Yeah. Gotcha. Anyway, it's also interesting to note the Riot Squad and Mandy Rose and Dana. This is their first Mania, and since Natalya and Tamina won, it is the first time either of them have won at WrestleMania. So in a way, that's nice to see that they'll get their title opportunity tomorrow. Whether or not they'll be successful, I'm not so sure, but they have been pushing them strong. So
look, man, as long as nobody slips up or out, it's good to go.
Yeah. All right. With that, we'll move on to the third match of the night, which I thought was absolutely, incredible. I thought it was real good. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins.
That was a good one.
I mean, Cesaro, has only won once at Mania. Rollins, and that was not in a singles match. Rollins has won 6 times. So it's nice to see Rollins put over. I wouldn't say the up-and-coming star Cesaro because he's not, but I'm glad that he's finally getting.
He got his moment,
and you could tell he was very emotional about it and deserves every bit of it.
Absolutely, it was a great match. Cesaro was firing on all cylinders. So was Seth. Seth did his job. He made Cesaro look good, and it wasn't as titillating as the match before, but it was definitely good though. I was really enjoying it.
Yeah, man.
They
went all out.
And not only that, they had some innovative spots in this too. I mean, lots of new things.
Oh yeah, there's a few peaks.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Anyway, there was a spot too. Obviously, the whole feud was built around Seth Rollins not wanting to be swung by Cesaro. He did it once, didn't get very much of it. He ended up swinging him on his shoulders without using his hands, which was spectacular as well. But at the end of the match, saw him swinging him. The commentary said 23 times, but the crowd was counting way too fast and doing it every half rotation, so it was actually about 19 times. But still, still a good ending in my opinion.
19 times to get swung around.
It's still a lot. I mean, they tried to say Cesaro broke his own record, but that wasn't true. I mean,
hey man, WWE is known for inflating their own fucking numbers.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what the attendance record looks like this year because it
wasn't.
There's a lot of inflated things going on.
Tony, move on, man.
I think there's a lot of. I'm just generally talking, man.
I know. I'm just playing.
Bringing up conversation, Mr. Moderator.
Trying to be professional.
I am.
Tony sounded pretty fucking professional to me.
Yeah, I'm just messing with
He's just pointing out like things.
It's not like I got my titty hanging out.
Oh my. Okay, we'll move on to the next match, I guess. I don't know where to go with that. The New Day defending their Raw Tag Team Championships against AJ Styles and Almost. Almost did not come dressed for the occasion. He was the only one without any really interesting tights, in my opinion. But to me,
the only one not dressed for the. I'm sorry. All right, that was the last one. I promise. I promise. That was the last one. You opened the door for that. I promise.
You're right. I did. That's on me.
No, I think
All right.
that's all right.
Yeah. But anyway, to me, the psychology in this match was a little bit backwards for the first half. You had AJ selling like a babyface, and the New Day worked him over like a heel team. But after they got almost in the match, I thought it was booked appropriately and actually went pretty well.
But here's the thing: there was the whole build up for Almas, right? Because everybody had that. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna be able to do? What is he gonna look like? So it was all a build up just for that moment to happen.
Plus,
And-
you also got to take into effect that Kofi and Xavier are the far superior experienced tag team,
Mhm.
so they're going to use that in an advantage against AJ and a guy that has very few experience in matches.
Like I said, it was a build up to tag the big man in. That's what it was.
Right.
And then once he got in the ring, he was dominant, and he stayed in the ring after that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very well done outside of the psychology part of it in the first half. But I thought Almost looked good. I mean, he didn't look like,
Big
Great
fucking
Khali
dude.
or, or I don't know. He didn't look bad at all. He looked like he was having fun out there, genuinely. And it even worked for the character, like saying, like he's playing with his opponents. So I didn't mind that at all. So, yeah. So
Kept it good and simple, man. He wasn't out there trying to do, things that he shouldn't. He was doing really good big man stuff, keeping it real clean, and the New Day was selling their asses off for him. And like I said, man, for Kofi, someone who won the title, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was, to sit there and let this man pin him by putting his foot on him, I haven't seen that kind of pin in forever.
Right.
Dude, I haven't.
I mean,
Go ahead, I'm sorry. I haven't
I was just gonna say that's. I mean,
yeah.
I haven't seen a back stretch like that in a long time either. Where the backbreaker over the knee, and he just stretches them out. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen that in God. It's been years. Like there's really no big guys who do that because you got big guys now who just throw drop kicks and all this. You know what I mean? And it was actually nice to see a big dude do
what the hell does that
big
do?
guy shit. Stop pushing stuff.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Stop clicking
Oh,
buttons.
okay, well, I didn't know what it did. I pushed it and it made a noise. I thought I muted
See,
myself.
this you type person that you see a big red button, there's a danger sign above, and it says "Don't touch," and you're gonna touch it just to see what it does.
Hey guys,
Oh my God.
Holy shit!
you can call me Dana the rest of the program.
I mean, poor
Oh my God.
that poor woman.
Oh my God.
Our poor channel, our poor viewers.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's so goddamn.
It's stuff like that means we'll never ever get subscribers ever.
It's stuff like that that's
bro.
gonna bring
Come
in
on.
subscribers.
We're gonna bring them in.
Put that on your OnlyFans account and leave it there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to start one.
Oh, sweet God.
It's gonna be called Only Fries. That's how I get paid. Is in French fries.
He said only fries.
They're worse payment plans. Don't knock French fries.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
okay,
shit.
wait.
All right.
It's good. It was a solid match.
All right, moving on. We're going to go to a match that horrible build, but I actually thought was pretty decent, all things considered. Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. Shane McMahon came into this match at 4-2 in 6 Manias, and as of tonight, after this match is over, Braun Strowman, for the record, is 3-0 and undefeated at WrestleMania. So I don't know if we're going to get another Taker
New
streak out of this.
Undertaker.
Yes, but I'm just saying, 3-0. So it had a few good spots in this, especially I thought when they ripped the side wall off and pulled Shane in through the cage side there, and then of course Shane takes this insane, flipping bump off the top of the cage. I'm like, that dude. I mean, say what you want about Shane McMahon, whether you like him or not, the dude will put his body on the line.
Man,
Absolutely. His colon is out of commission after that.
Yeah,
he
I was
knocked
about
his
to say the
fucking
same
spleen
thing.
out, man.
He shit himself. There's no way you don't hit a mat like that and just be like, "No, I'm good." That had to go low.
Yeah.
My hat's off to him. I wouldn't have done that.
I mean,
Oh,
I thought the match didn't drag on too much either. I mean,
oh yeah, good
I
point.
like that next one, dude.
yeah. I mean, I thought the toolbox conveniently being at the top of the cage was interesting, but other than
Hey,
that,
man, You gotta have tools in ready hand when you building a cage, man.
Yep.
Well, I guess you could also do those sacks were right around the corners where all the wires and everything were hooked.
Yeah.
So I mean, why would
It
you have
makes
a toolbox on the ground when you need it there? So I guess
Yeah, conveniently placed.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
Bill
but I mean,
notwithstanding, it was a lot. It was a little fun. I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of
yeah,
fun, but it was a little fun. Yeah.
It was a little fun.
Yeah.
It was, But again, my only thought on that was
choose you.
when he tossed him off the top, he should have got out of the. There was no reason for him to get back in the ring.
No.
He could have just calmed down.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to embarrass him by pinning him.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm just thankful there were no train noises.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, if he comes out Monday in a train, it's like in 3D coming at you, I'm done.
Kudos with that. I don't recall hearing any train sounds
No,
tonight, so there was he couldn't run around the ring. So
He changed his whole outfit, conductor, hat, everything.
Oh man.
Like,
I mean, at
Brawls.
the very least, I think there's train noises in its entrance.
Oh God.
But I mean, that's fine. It's
Yeah, entrance is one thing, but around the ring, but don't put it past WWE to have him wearing a conductor's hat at all. I mean, as much as credit, but I will say this. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say we all know about hashtag fuck them birds, about hashtag fuck that train.
Yeah. I will say this though, as bad as the garbage we give WWE sometimes, tonight was a pretty good show, all things considered. I'll say that. So top to bottom, with
the weather,
the
weather and everything else, they
they handled it like a champ. The first weather delay they've ever really had to deal with that I can recall, especially at WrestleMania. But
and the crowd was into it. The crowd was really into it. So
yeah, they made this show 10 times better, and I even thought they made this next match pretty good, all things considered. It helped with everything. This is the one complaint I think I really had of the night was the entrance for Miz and Morrison versus Damian Priest and Bad Bunny.
Oh God,
the Bunny outfits was, and then of course Miz and Morrison come out and performing that song was a bit much for me. I ain't gonna lie, but it was kind of funny when one of the bunnies almost fell down and then one lost an ear in the entrance. So,
but see. The deal with that is they were trying to make fun. Like, I don't know what
they were mocking Bad Bunny.
They were mocking Bad Bunny.
Right, and I get it storyline
thing was about, but it was to see those two up there trying to rap. I was done, fam. I was like, this is
never rap again.
Yeah,
never.
And I don't blame the talents. Like I said when we were watching it live, Miz and Morrison have been doing the best they can with what they've been given. But
I don't know about Morrison's hairstyle, but
that was his choice. Let's get that out the way. And he was a terrible
choice. That was his choice, and it was a terrible choice.
The Don King of WWE.
He had a mullet.
Yeah.
He had a
My sister put it the best. It looked like Becky Lynch's hair.
Yeah, it did back in the day a little bit.
No, don't do that to Becky Lynch. That was terrible.
They might have stuck out a little taller than hers, but there was
Becky could pull it off. Morrison did not pull
it. It was terrible.
Now, I think we're burying the lead in this match a little bit, though. Bad Bunny started this match, and he started a little nervous, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel, but
he did. He was.
Totally understandable. But after about a minute or two, I think Miz kind of got him in the corner a little bit, maybe had a word with him, and then it looked to me like he settled down, and he had a great match, probably the best celebrity appearance at Mania for sure. Definitely probably since Stephen Amell at SummerSlam that one year, and all things considered, I thought he looked great.
Look, you say what you want. The man took a ass whooping for the majority of this match, and he handled it.
His selling was a little off at first, but again, he probably the nerves. But
he had some good spots though.
Yeah,
like I said, the dive he did, like his sense of urgency on that dive was nice. My man got up there, no dilly dallying. As soon as he reached the top, he didn't even wait to stand all the way up. He jumped, fully extended the jump. They caught him. It was good.
Yeah, and I mentioned when we watched it, the fact that he didn't hesitate made the spot better because you didn't see those two guys down there waiting to catch him. So
he just got. As soon as he got up there, he was like, "I'm jumping." Like,
yeah.
I appreciate it.
As soon as that second foot hit that top, boom.
And he's like, "I'm going."
Yeah,
and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean,
also,
like I said,
not going to mention
regardless,
Destroyer.
He worked his ass off.
Yeah, the Canadian Destroyer. That was another one. Exactly. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he might have had a little trouble getting over the top, but he got there and it looked good.
But here's the difference: he's not a pro wrestler.
Exactly.
That isn't his occupation.
Move off. is impressive.
So he did his thing.
Yeah, I mean that.
Oh, are we still talking about Bad Bunny?
Oh my God.
I was looking at chunky kitties and dogs.
This
They showed an angle where Priest was in the corner, and I think Miz even was looking over at him.
Mhm.
They both
Yeah,
just
they-
had a look like, the fuck did I just witness? I just saw this man who's not a professional wrestler pull off fucking Canadian Destroyer. They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought Damian Priest looked pretty good in this match too. I mean,
Mhm.
they were
Yeah,
clearly
maybe
trying
a
to
little
showcase Bad Bunny, but I thought Damian looked all right as well. I mean,
Priest had his moments when he needed it.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
my man
what.
looking pretty in pink.
I'll wait.
Purple, okay.
Till this is all over, and then he can actually get into single stuff, and then see what
Yeah.
he.
I ain't gonna lie, there was a
really
spot in
does.
this match where I was just watching Damian, and I thought to myself, man, if they could actually just figure out what's going on with Aleister Black, I would like to see these two guys as a tag team, Damian and Aleister.
Yeah, but
I think they could, look like a team, the same sort of styles. But I mean,
I don't think Aleister Black's coming back.
I don't either. I really don't know what the deal is, but it sounds like that maybe that ships have sailed. But yeah. Anyway, I thought overall good performance by Bad Bunny. Good,
Mhm.
kudos to him for putting in the work. I'll give him all the credit. So, and definitely over with the crowd too, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, it might have went on a little bit too long, but
Yeah, I thought
I agree with that.
I could see that. It did drag a smidge. Like they were getting the heat on Bunny a little too long before they got Damian in for the hot tag. But other than that, I thought after they made the hot tag, crowd was into it, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, we're already to the main event of the evening, which, again, top to bottom, the show was great. This main event, hands down, I think, might have even been the best match of the night, in my opinion. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women. Belair. Sorry, my mind said yes, my tongue and mouth said no. But
My body. Never mind.
but anyway, here goes again. Sasha
Bianca
Banks,
Belair.
yeah, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for the SmackDown
There you
Women's
go.
Championship. Got her. All right, and going into this match was obviously Bianca Belair's first WrestleMania match, and as of right now, after this match is over, Sasha Banks is now 0-5 at WrestleMania. Never won a Mania match.
But yet wants to claim she's the fucking best.
She got that reverse streak.
Now, granted, there's been many performers throughout WrestleMania history. The Rock and Hunter, especially, have low, wins or their low win column record, whatever you want to call it.
Look, it's not. Let's pump the brakes. It's not like she won't ever get her
Of
win
course.
at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah. And regardless of whether she won this match or not, this match was a win for her. This was a great match.
This is good.
Yeah.
I will say this though, in the beginning, you could see how emotional this was, and for Bianca, and you could see Sasha acknowledge that shit, and was like, soak it in.
Have your moment.
Yeah. But then once she calmed down and they got after it, man.
Went from 0 to 60 real fucking quick.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, I thought it was approaching the level. I'm not sure if it actually got there, but it was definitely getting to the point of being with the old NXT matches that these ladies have had. And I thought for the main event of Night 1 of Mania, I'm so glad they were able to pull that off.
Yeah.
She killed it. And I will say this: that hair whip shit, bruh.
Yeah, that sounded like a shotgun.
Grass for old and new.
Yo, I had a flashback. I thought my mama was in the room, fam. I was like, oh, I flinched up quick as hell, boy.
I mean, and everything they did was smooth. I didn't notice many botches. I didn't notice any timing issues. Nothing. I thought they were in sync with each other the whole time, and yeah, it showed.
I also want to say this too: Bianca is strong as hell.
Yeah,
she picked up and then gorilla pressed over her head, walked up the stairs, and then tossed Sasha in that ring. Now I'm not saying Sasha is 300 pounds or nothing like that, but she ain't a fucking pillow either.
Yeah.
So that took a lot of strength, and then the standing suplex.
Yeah, I was about to say
that's another one.
Mm-hmm. Where she bounced her off a rope, bounced her off a second rope. Looked like she was maybe going to bounce her off all 4 ropes, but then Sasha started to fight out of it. Started to drop her, had to hoist her up once, dropped her again, had to power her up the second time, and still hit the suplex. That was impressive.
It was nice. Yeah.
Very
Well,
good.
as usual, I have to be the odd man out,
Oh,
and
here we go.
Hey,
the match was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. I'm happy she had her moment. But I think the nerves got to her. Obviously, like we said in the beginning, you could see that she was obviously shook because she knew she was winning, and not only that, her family was there. It's a huge moment. But I think the nerves got to her throughout that entire match. I'm not saying there were major botches or anything, but I think you could definitely tell there were times where she was trepidatious or she was hesitant like I said, I'm not saying it was a shit fest or anything like that. I'm just saying it wasn't as smooth as it could have been. And I think that's strictly because of the nerves on Bianca's part. I think Sasha did everything she could to make that match flow and be smooth and sell her ass off for Bianca. Bianca's a star. She's going to continue to get better. But I just think that it got to her.
Yeah, I
Well-
mean, it wouldn't surpass me that that played a huge factor in it. But it's not like they dropped the ball or anything.
no.
Oh, no, and I'm not
Like-
saying that.
No,
I'm not
no,
saying
no.
that at all. I'm
But you
just saying that, like, you could tell that there was missteps. There was, like I said, stutter stepping, trepidatious, whatever you want to call it. But you could tell on Bianca's part. Still good, still a magnificent match. And you're right, she's strong as hell. She's talented. She's beautiful. She's got everything that she's going to continue to headline WrestleManias for a very long time.
Yeah, but this first one with the crowd there and everything, it was a very emotional and
Oh, yeah.
And I even mentioned that I felt the emotion that she showed at the beginning of this match, where it all got to her, actually to me added a sense of realism to this story of her getting to this point at the main event. So I didn't have an issue with that. Now, and I thought she composed herself personally and collected herself before the match started. There might have been a few things I didn't really pick up on it as much as Tony did, obviously, but that's okay. But I thought she did a good job of pulling herself together, all things considered. And if Sasha had to, control a lot of this match, or kind of pick her up a little bit, she did a great job with that as well. So
yeah.
Any
Very
thoughts?
Definitely
solid.
match of the night. I will say that. I think that was match of the night. And, hats off to them. Everybody. Hats off to everybody for the whole show.
Mhm.
But that hair whip though,
Oh, yeah,
oh buddy.
yeah. And I mean,
As much as I don't like the fact that it's used like that,
But it's not illegal.
I have to admit, just hearing that just snap on
Oh
skin,
buddy.
and then Sasha after the match showed her side
Your
to
name
the
is
camera, where
Kobe.
when you could see where the thing
Make your
ripped her.
butthole.
oh yeah, you could see
real.
Oh,
where Sasha got hit on her side.
yeah, she
Yeah,
will be
that
feeling
was
that
a-
tomorrow.
That was a roots moment, boy. That was real.
And I'll say top to bottom on this show, just to kind of, since it's a main event,
Wade in the water.
and to kind of like maybe do a big recap of the whole night. I thought for WWE, tonight was the first night in a while I felt that almost every booking decision they made was the right call.
Yes. Yeah.
And if
Except
tomorrow,
for- here's
yeah, go ahead.
my only disagreement with that booking call was I just don't. Why Tamina and Natalia? Like
That's my thing.
The only reason I think that's okay, maybe would I like to see somebody else? Okay, sure, but in this case, they have built them up over the last at least few weeks on SmackDown. It's not been a long build.
That's what I told my sister too. Is like that's why they won. Is because what happened last night on
Mhm.
SmackDown, and I guess it's been a build. But
I mean, outside of a
I would
few,
have preferred the Riot Squad.
yeah,
I would
outside
prefer the Riot Squad.
outside of a
Or
few hiccups. Oh,
in
sorry.
Dana.
I mean, outside of a few hiccups, this show is good. But and I'll say this too: if tomorrow night is half as good as this, or three quarters as good, or whatever, we're in for a good show.
Yeah. I agree with that.
This is.
Hey, do you guys think the free bird rule applies to Dana and Mandy and her other friend? Any combination could be in the ring at the same time? Are they going to get a little belt for little Dana?
Hey, trios titles confirmed for WWE coming soon, right?
Look.
Two tits in a pod. I mean, two peas in a pod. My bad.
we apologize for all the younger audiences who may be watching, but this show, enter at your own risk.
Yes, because the infants are demographic from midnight to 1 a.m. That's
Hey,
definitely
look,
who's listening right
This is
now.
a
I hope
Freestar
there wasn't
podcast
any-
after dark.
I
Yeah.
hope there wasn't any infants watching, because some of them gonna be hungry as hell. Boy.
Mama.
On that note, has anybody got any other thoughts for tonight's show, or we want to move on to tomorrow?
I
Ugh.
just want to play some tat-toe.
Two about tiddly winks.
Sometimes I think they do this just to kind of get under me, just kind of like see if they can get me to
See how
crack.
far we can push
Look,
you.
Yeah.
all right. Let's get abreast of the situation.
Right. All right then. Well, I
Make
guess
sure everything's pointing in the right direction. All right.
Man, look,
Everything's
us home.
nice. We gotta make sure everything's nice and perky on this show.
we gotta keep shit over here in tip-top shape. All right.
That's right.
Yes, this is awesome. All right, well, with that, I think we'll call it an evening, I suppose. We hope you all enjoyed WrestleMania 37 Night 1. It was a good show. But we'll be back tomorrow for the Night 2 recap of WrestleMania 37. If you like what you saw here and you like the show, comment below, let us know. If you didn't like the show, let us know too. Also hit like and subscribe to our channel. And until our next review, take care, guys.